says live.
It says live. Yep.
All right. Well, um, I don't know. I don't think I can change cameras midstream. I think I tried it a while ago before you got on, and it won't let me do that. It doesn't recognize the other camera when I unplug this one here. Plus, this one doesn't have a microphone at all. So,
right.
And I looked for my little microphone that I bought some time ago. I thought it was USB, but it's actually a 3.5 millimeter plug. But I could have used that. I could have used that with one of those little dongles. It would have worked. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it either. So,
well, there's no mic input on your computer.
There's what?
There's no microphone input on your computer.
Well, yeah, there is, but I never thought about that. I could try that. Well, like I said, I can't find it though. It was in the living room, and like I said, I don't know where it went. It was a big orange microphone. You couldn't hardly miss it, or at least the cable was. So I don't know where it went.
That's what happens when you start cleaning things up, see?
I know it. That pisses me off. The main thing I wanted to do was check, see if everything is visible, and I think it's pretty visible. That one's whack.
Right, it's like everything else when you have the autofocus. I mean, you have like what the radio, how deep, like 2.5, 3 inches deep, the chassis. So yeah. it's gonna take and pick the closest thing to focus on. So it's like there's gonna be stuff that's perfectly in focus and stuff that's slightly out. But that's the way it's always gonna be. I mean.
I think it does a pretty good job on the socket. Now the socket's the one closest to the chassis. You can see that. You can see the couplet there pretty clearly, and you can see the socket.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is pin 2 here. Goes over to the detector tube, or first audio, I should say. That's that was totally backwards when I was looking at it. I was thinking how it was wired in. I thought this one over here that went to this one was number 1. The one that went to B plus was number 2, and then number one to ground was 3, and then the one that went to the other tube was 4. But that ain't the way it is. So I had to readjust. Of course, I haven't actually had time to put my my little ding dong in yet, but that's coming in. How's that focus? I was wondering how it would focus. Not very good. It's pretty close.
Yeah, that's just the main. It depends on where the focusing element is on the camera.
Yeah. See, now I don't know if you know or not, but this is the same camera that Jim uses on his Jim Lindeness. And he's always having to manually focus it. That's what he's doing. Now I can't do that with this one. I can't do that with this one because I don't have Windows on here.
Oh, there's no Linux
software for this. No, not that I'm aware of. But like I said, it's the autofocus takes a second or two to do it, but it's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of like it. I think it's going to work out pretty good. And the thing I really like about this, the fact it's got a microphone that works with the Restream, so that's a handy thing to have too. I cannot get used to wearing these headphones though. Well, everything's all muffled. I mean, you're clear, but I mean everything around me is muffled. When I talk, it's muffled. Anyway, I thought I would probably work on this today and get that couplet. How do you pronounce that?
Yeah, good luck on that. Good luck on the spelling of it. They can't even agree on that. I mean.
Well, that's why I say COUP is coop, or
Right.
But when you add more vowels to the end, which you do with let, then it becomes a little different, I guess. I don't know. Well, I mean, if you had couple, say
To me, it's a couplet because that's what it does, and that's where it's used.
yeah,
It's used to replace the plate resistor on the first audio and the
yeah,
grid resistor on the final.
yeah. I was a little surprised by Brendan's answer to that. I really kind of hoped for your type of explanation on that, and he kind of let me down on that one. But
Yeah.
maybe he was busy doing something else. You never can tell. He's a busy guy. I think. I think he's still. I don't know if he runs a day to day on operations on his business, but I think he's still involved in it.
Yeah.
I think
Well, no, you got to remember, you and I have worked together enough or whatever. Where I know what you're looking for.
yeah, and I know what you're talking about.
And I know how to explain it to you.
Yeah.
You can get zeroed in and not be able to take and see things. Like I said, for the grid leak, it's easy to see how that capacitor works because that goes right to ground.
Yeah.
But you have to realize that even your B plus goes to ground somewhere. I mean, you just have to take and follow it down. If you look on some of the older circuits, I don't think there's bypass resistors there,
Really?
or not bypass capacitors there.
Uh-huh.
That all the couplers have them and stuff like that. And I guess it's to make sure that there's no RF getting through. And maybe like the better the better the outputs got, the more they took and worried about it, because if you get RF going into that 6v6, it can take and make the tube draw more current,
That capacitor there, that 0.0033,
Uh-huh.
I actually have that in stock. I was amazed. It was part of that order that I bought from Sal's.
Oh, okay.
So that was good. Most popular ones is what he sent, And now this one here, I think that's good to go. I don't think those orange drops go bad, do they?
Well, I imagine they could, but
yeah, I don't think I'm going to mess with it though.
I wouldn't worry about it unless it shows up a problem. Or where'd that go anyway? From the IF to ground? Is that a bypass?
Yeah, IF to. Can't see the other end of it. Well, it must be underneath there somewhere. But yeah, here's the IF, so that's where it goes. Oh yeah, there's ground right there. Yeah, it does. You're right. You seen it better than I did.
You're just looking to see it on the schematic.
Yeah, it goes from right here's the ground lead here, and here's the one goes to the IF up here. So yeah, IF to ground. Now I don't know what that is. I can't see that one. And I got one over here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah,
I got.
Let me grab my other schematic. Hold on.
All right.
Oh. I think it's clearer.
I was going to say, did you find any of those ones I sent useful?
If the eyes would work, it would be fine. Yeah.
Well, that's beyond our control, I think. Although, one of the things I am going to be using, for those times when I'm doing something like this and I need to see closer, instead of trying to get that magnification lamp down there, I'm going to use my little glasses I bought. You remember those? I bought those some time ago, and I can't find those either. Bob, what's happening with me? I cannot find anything.
Yeah, well, join the crowd.
But yeah, I think 5X is what they are. Now, I've got a pair of 5X reading glasses that Gary Rebel 666 or 9668 gave me. Here they are.
Mhm.
But and that helps. Let me see what they look like. See how much better I can see with them. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, that is much better. I can read all the small print with that. Nice. See, I'm gonna have to wear something like this when I work on, instead of having to pull down that magnification lamp, because this makes everything clear. Perfectly clear. I like that. Although I think they don't hurt my eyes, but I think they'll give me a headache after a while if I wear them too much. At least that's been my experience. So what are you looking at now, Bob?
I'm still trying to figure out where that what value is that orange drop?
Now you had to ask me after I took my glasses off. Here, let me see if I can get you to focus in on it. Can you tell? I ain't got the value there, does it?
No.
I can't see it either.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's got the 2.2 meg off of it. All right.
Yeah, out 2.2 meg. Off that same pin on the IF. Put that back down. I've learned to put my things back where I got them at.
Okay. That's got to be the no, yeah. That's got to be the AVC cap then.
Going to ground?
Yeah. The one side of the AVC cap goes to ground.
Yeah, that's right. Huh.
So it
what
should
value?
be like a 0.05, 0.047, somewhere around there.
Okay, that's probably what it is then. Yeah, I'm not going to bother that if everything's working right.
Yeah.
What was I going to ask you about Shango? Something about Shango. I don't remember what it was now. Can't remember. I can't find anything. I'm in sad shape here, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah. While I was out in the garage, I don't know.
They're taking the AVC off the first IF.
Why? That don't make much sense, does it?
Well, if it works, I guess.
Yeah, if anything works, it's okay, I guess.
But that's what was throwing me. That's what was throwing me off. I saw that 2.2 meg, so I figured that's got to be the AVC line. So I figured that was the second IF, but no, that's the first IF transformer.
Yeah, it definitely connects the same point that cap does, and I don't know where it goes to. It looks like ground. Is that right? No, it couldn't be ground.
What? The cap?
No, the resistor.
No, the resistor. There should be a 470K to ground.
Can you see that now? This is what I'm looking. This is the other one here. Maybe there's a 470 right there, but that's 400 or 47. Is what that one is. What is that? Is that the? I can't tell what that is. I thought that was a ground connection, but that's whatever that device is what that is. It's where it's going to.
And that goes to. Okay, that's a 0.005 microfarad. You know what that's No, it should be. Sure, that's not 47K.
Yeah, that's what I said. 47K.
Okay, that's C11. That device there. That's 2.05.
This here.
Yeah.
That's
two capacitors in one pack.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't go to ground; it's just going to that capacitor. The 2.2 meg.
I'm trying. Where the hell? Oh, there. Okay. Wait a minute.
I'm glad I got you thoroughly.
No. Okay. No. Okay, the ABC is coming off the second IF. Okay, I see it now. looking
Okay,
at it
well,
wrong.
I thought that was awful strange.
Yeah, I was looking at it wrong.
Well,
Yeah. And then there
So-
should be, let's see, someplace there. Yeah, there should be someplace there. Like yeah, well, it doesn't have to be there. It could be anywhere.
right.
Someplace in that line, there's a 470K that goes to ground, but that could be over by the switch,
Well,
even
see,
or
that
you know,
that one right there goes to ground. So it's
that, well, that could
it's a
be,
dog bone,
that
but
could, yeah, that could be the 470K then. Okay.
what part of that would be red?
Well, no, some of those don't go by color. You go by what's marked on it.
Oh,
And
okay.
That says 470K right on it. Duh.
It does. I
Yeah,
can't see it
470. Yeah, 470K.
underneath here.
Yeah, that writing right there
You
that
want
you
me
were
to move it a
just
little?
pointing at.
Is that what it says?
Yep, 47K. I guess 5% maybe.
Okay. All right.
So that'd be that's like R16.
Yeah, it definitely goes to ground. So
Yeah.
it goes to that same point on those two capacitors. That's a strange looking two capacitors. I've never seen one like that. I've seen couplets before, but
Yeah, that's two 300-volt capacitors. That's like I said. That's if you look on the schematic, that's right below the second IF.
I think I will bring it up and look at it because I'd like to see. Of course, you know me. It'll take me an hour. Oh, Ward's Airline. There it goes, right there.
That's C11A and B.
Which one of those are you looking at? Do you think it's the clearest?
The one you sent me.
Is it the USA 35 WG whatever PDF or 1A? I can't see. I've got a 1A, a 1B, and a 1C, and a 1D.
Well, I don't. I took one of the sets and printed it out because there's two sets of them there for some reason and there's they're slightly different. I just picked one set and printed it.
I see. All right. Well, I think the ones Brandon sent, they're Radio Museum, but they don't say Radio Museum on them. He must be a member. That must be the difference.
No, the ones I saw had Brendan's name on them.
No, I'm talking about how it says Radio Museum all throughout the schematic on the ones we get. His don't do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably because he's a member. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm at the IF amp, and I want to be on the second IF.
Yeah, second IF on the output side.
Okay, I see the 47K. Oh, that's on the input
Right.
side. Okay, I see the 47K on the output now.
Right, so you right above it and below it.
Oh, 50 picofarad.
Yeah.
C11 and C11.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, C11A and B.
This is the same.
Yeah, but if you look at it, it's C11, and if you look where the grounds are, it says A and B.
Oh, okay. I can't. Yeah, I barely can see that. I see A plain as day, but B's all
right,
black.
right, and B is all blurry. Yeah.
Do you know this is a SAM schematic? It says down at the bottom, I think.
It says PhotoFact on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize that first. It's not their typical good one, but this must be one they begot from somebody else.
Right. Yeah, somebody sent it to him. Yeah. It really surprises me that Sam's lets them get away with that. You'd think it'd be a copyright claim or something on it.
Well, I mean, I think I'm thinking a lot of times Sam's will take the manufacturer's diagrams and things like that and use that for their own.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, because this doesn't look like a typical. Some parts do, but some parts don't look like a typical Sam's.
Yeah, well, the front page has the set I printed out. The front page says Santa Soda Fact folder right on it.
Yeah, right. I know. Did I tell you about Tim?
No.
I went ahead and asked him for that schematic on that. Well, that's Awards Airline too, isn't it? CD recorder that I'm getting,
Uh-huh.
and that guy has shipped it, by the way. He was in the hospital having a pacemaker installed.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought, well, I told him I was sorry, I didn't mean to bother him, and I really felt bad about it, but he said that's okay. I'll be out tomorrow. I said okay.
Yeah, it's no big deal anymore. It's not like when we were growing up. I mean, that was
Ow,
science fiction.
really? So I said, well, okay, whatever. But yeah, he said he'd look for it, and I guess he's got it. I don't know. Not a big deal, but
that's like I know a couple of guys that they suffer from back pain, and they have an implant now that they take and they put in like one of your buttocks, and it's got electrodes that they put over like by the spinal column in your back or whatever, and then you can take and adjust that with a little box that you carry with you to take. It sends out impulses like to disrupt the pain impulses.
Yeah.
Type thing, and you can take and adjust it to where it feels the best for you and stuff. The only trouble we had one guy had it done, a real skinny guy.
Uh-huh.
And he doesn't have a lot of fat and stuff on his butt, so there was a bump there when he sat down. So he said it's like sitting on my wallet all the time.
Uh-huh. I was just looking at the difference of this. Now I have on my whatever that name of that what do you call it is what is the program? Oh, this is QDF. This is the old one. I don't have the new one on here yet, but I've got the same schematic up, and I've got one says Radio Museum right down. Let me see where it's at. Right down by C12, and it's got the Radio Museum org. You can see the outline of that in there, and you don't see that on the other one. So that must be the difference.
Probably.
So I guess some things pay to be a member. I don't know. I tried to join. I guess they didn't get my. The only way they was going to let me join was to pay, and I didn't really want to pay. Is that like a once in a lifetime thing? Is that you pay once and then you're?
I don't know. I started looking into it and got really confused. And for what I need, I can get 3 per day, 10 per month, and And it used to be what I used to do is I used to take and do it. What I had to try from a second computer is what I ought to take and do. I used to take and do 10 under my name and 10 under my wife's name.
Oh yeah. Well,
because I manage her email for her. She has no idea how to do emails.
Okay.
So her email account I take care of for her.
Uh-huh.
And so I was doing it that way. But the other day I took and tried to do it and it wouldn't do it. So evidently it was looking at the IP address or something. So.
Yeah, maybe they changed that around because I was gonna say I used to be able to do it. I've got I had at one time 4 emails and I could use all 4 of them to do it. So
yeah,
I don't know. Not a big deal. Usually I can find them somewhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that Tubes and More have. They sell them, but they also have the pictures there. You can just take and put the picture on your screen and do a screen capture on it, or download the PNG file, and print it out. So I mean,
yeah, I'm trying to decide, looking at this pointer, how to get this thing fixed. I'm sure that's why the wire come off the dial string come off of this because of this pointer. It's crooked on in where they soldered it. And that's got to be fixed. I
can't see it, so I don't know.
Well, I showed it to you today.
Yeah.
But I think that's why. I just happened to see it laying there, so I grabbed it and picked it up. I got my digital. Let me show you this because I know you can see this. Can you see that? Hello, Bob?
It's trying to focus in and out. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at.
Oh, I'm down. I'm up too low or too high, I think.
The microscope camera? Or
Yeah.
digital microscope? Okay.
Either it's not working or it's just trying to charge up the battery. I don't know if you can see that flashing.
Yeah.
I can't get it to work. So I don't know what's wrong with it. I used it once or twice just to play around with it and put it back in the box, and been sitting in there ever since. And now I've got it plugged into a phone charger. I had it charging for a couple of hours at least. I'm not really sure unless you just have to hold this down a lot longer, maybe, or something. Oh, there it goes. Some problem solved, Bob. I still can't make out anything. I guess you got to focus this thing, don't you? Let me put something under there we can see it. See, I thought about hooking this up, but I don't think you can do a USB on this one, which was kind of a bummer.
So there's no output on it? Just the charging for it, huh?
You got the charge plug, which, that's fine, but that doesn't really focus in very good either, does it? I've got it. Maybe it needs to be higher. Oh, there it is. Saw it there for a second.
This button.
Yeah. Press the button. That's the instructions for it. You can barely see it with your eyes. I guess you'd have to have this to see it. But at least it's working. I guess I was happy about that. I ought to try it again. I may do that after we get off and see if sometimes, the data cable is the same as the charge cable, like on my cameras.
Right.
So on those Kodaks, the same one. So I thought maybe that would work on this. But I don't know if this is that much better because I think this LifeCam here is pretty good.
Yeah, what you were showing me there was good,
Yeah, it's got automatic brightness adjustment. Looks like. I mean, that is actually pretty dim in there. It's not really lit up at all, and that shows it pretty good, I think. So it's a low light, good look.
Yeah, that looks like you have a light showing in there. I mean, it's nice and bright. You even off the shiny stuff there, you can see like a little glare and stuff. So I mean,
see, there's with light.
Yeah, see that to me that distorts it.
Yeah, I think so too. So, yeah, I'm happy with it.
It's like who is it? There's some guy that we watched.
No telling.
We watched so many different ones, but every once in a while he'll take and try to light it up better, and he says, "Nope, that doesn't work. It just just washes it out."
I can't remember. I asked Brendan about John. I was asking him about his T-Bird, see how he's coming along in it. I haven't checked him out over on what is it, Odyssey.
Yeah, I took and watched him once or twice over there when he was just moving over.
Yeah.
And he put a little notice saying that he was going to be over there.
I'm trying to see how that works out. That works out pretty good, pointing to things.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with this. I think it's a pretty good test. See, we've been on live for a half hour, so that'll be good enough for a good test, right?
Yeah.
So I may put this up on YouTube. You have no objections to that, do you?
No.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure, and like I said, that's good. Then I guess we're done. Okay, I don't know. One of the reasons I'm doing this is to kind of get out of doing work. I need to be down here working on this. And I just can't get in the mood. You got to be in the mood, Bob. That's all there is to it. Mm-hmm. And, that's I think that'll fit in there okay. Brendan says just use it like it is, so I don't know.
Yeah, you should be able to get away. You got to watch. Like if you take a look, if you look under your S-38, your Helicrafters,
Yeah.
they used. I think it's got more than 4 leads. I think it's got 6 leads on it for some reason.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a point-to-point wiring like this is,
Right.
and you gotta really watch it because with those bare leads, it's so easy to have it touch something else,
Yeah. I know
And
what you're saying.
like when these were new, I think they had like 6-inch leads on them or something like that, so they could take and really stretch it out, to do the point-to-point.
Right.
And because when I got done recapping mine, I was having trouble with it and trying to figure out why. And I'm doing voltage measurements and I'm coming up with voltages where I shouldn't. And here it was one of those, I'd moved it to take and put a new cap in, and it accidentally was bumping another bare wire, So
Right. Yeah, I'm a like I say, I'll make this. Where'd it go? Done lost it. I'll make this number 2, and then this number 3 over here. And I think these two, I think they'll come out right because that one's what 2 and 3, or no? Wait a minute, what is that? Oh, 1 and 4. Yeah, 1 and 4. Okay, yeah. So 4 goes to ground, and 1 goes to the B plus, right?
Right.
I think they've got it tied to this tube, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that'll work out pretty good. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use hook and pinch. I think I really like the coil method, but man, I tell you what, that's a lot of work.
It is, yeah.
And it works really well when you get it done, but because I think the coil actually heats up that connection a little bit better for the solder to flow, and I think it just makes a really good solid connection. But again, it's a little difficult to do sometimes.
It makes a better looking connection.
Yeah, it does that too. You're right. All right, well, Mr. Bob.
But on the other hand, if you think about it, when you take and you put the 2 hooks together and squeeze them, that's a better mechanical connection.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
Because there's no mechanical connection with the other one. It's just slid on there.
Yeah, you're right. Now you could put a hook on the end of it. That would help.
Yeah, you could put it through and then bend it over, but then you're really getting complex. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. All right, Bob, I'm going to get off here. It's about your nap time. Oh no, you already took your nap, didn't you?
Yeah, I can take another one. That's okay.
So what are you going to do?
Try to find some more stuff in this mess. I got a hood, one of those hoods with the magnifier on it, and I got, somebody took and gave me a pair of those glasses too, and I can't find them. If I don't use them all the time, they get shuffled away somewhere.
I
got drawers and boxes and.
I was thinking I haven't announced the fact that the 970 is going to need some work. Oh, here's the glasses. I just found them. But those are supposed to work out pretty good. They go from 1.5 to 5x. So I think that might be pretty good. I may try those and see if they work better than those glasses did.
There you go.
Yeah, I knew I had them somewhere. But yeah, I haven't even announced the fact that 970's messed up. And the funny thing about it is Brendan sent me a little, I guess it was a video or something on the fact that fuses are so much better than circuit breakers. And while that may be true, the only experience I have with the difference, and I really don't know what the difference is yet, but I don't know if you recall, but I had a 4-amp fuse in that Variac, my AC Variac, and we had it on video. It got up to 8 amps before it blew that fuse. I mean, it was right on the meter. You could see it as plain as day on this amp meter, on the AC meter. And so Now, I don't know how much, it was a matter of, a second, but still, I don't know that it's that much better. So I'm going to go ahead and put the circuit breaker in there. I can't see having to, switch that thing around. Now, if it was somewhere easy to get to, it might be different.
I think that, if overall quality wise, I think it's easier to get, a 5 amp fuse that's going to, a 5 amp fuse is probably going to take, a slow build up to 8 amps or so before it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's got to be able to take and handle like an inrush and stuff like that, But
Right.
you take. I remember watching Eric O when he was using his circuit breaker fuse replacements type thing, and like he put a 10 amp breaker in, and it was got like 16 amps, 17 amps. That's getting too far.
Yeah, I agree. But, at the same time, I think that transformer is okay with going over a little bit. That's a pretty hefty transformer, I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You gotta handle. What you do is figure out like what's the volt amp to the transformer. If it's made to take and put out, or to take if it's made to run on 2 amps or whatever, then a 2.5 or a 3 amp fuse should be fine. It's going to take and handle that little extra.
Yeah.
For the with that, you feel it get warm or something before it, or start smelling it before it's really gonna hurt anything.
I totally agree. I'm gonna get off here, do this, whatever I'm doing. I don't want to do it, but I have to do it. You can't just do nothing forever,
Yeah.
All right, let me end our live here. I keep forgetting about that sometimes.